Hello and welcome to an episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason in Princeton, Indiana at Lafayette Park, and I am standing in front of a ball field that is named in honor of legendary baseball player Gil Hodges. Yes, he played for the Brooklyn Dodgers, the New York Mets, and he was also a manager. He's in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and plus there was a historical marker placed here last year. So let's take a look. So that is the field, and I am literally at Gil Hodges Circle. I want to show you that over there real quick, or after I read off this marker here. Okay, Gilbert Ray Hodges, or simply Gil, lived from 1924 to 1972. Born in Princeton, Dodgers first baseman Gil Hodges grew up in Petersburg, which is, I want to say, about 10 to 15 miles east of here. It's off of Interstate 69, if that tells you anything. In 1941, he played American Legion baseball here. The field was renamed for him in 1970. Hodges debuted with MLB's, or Major League Baseball's, Brooklyn Dodgers in 1943, but served with the U.S. Marine Corps in the Pacific Theater in World War II. He returned to the Dodgers playing basketball at Oakland City College in the off-season. And then I'm going to go to the other side here. So between 1947 and 1961, the 8-time All-Star and 3-time Gold Glover helped the Brooklyn and Los Angeles Dodgers win 7 pennants and 2 World Series. Hodges played for the New York Mets in their 1962 inaugural season, and as manager led the 1969 Miracle Mets to their first World Series title. He was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2022. And then this was put up here in 2024 by the Indiana Historical Bureau, the William G. Pomeroy Foundation, the City of Princeton, Indiana, and North Gibson School Corporation. And there's some more stuff about Gil Hodges, as well as some local residents who have played here at this field and in Princeton. Played for the Princeton Tigers, that's their high school mascot. Unfortunately, I can't get past that fence, but there is a full, looks like a full biography of Mr. Hodges right there. So, I mean, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm just going to kind of condense it if I may. But he was the son of a coal miner. He attended St. Joseph's grade school. So when Gil was 7, they moved to Petersburg, Indiana. Now, there is a big mural dedicated to him. Unfortunately, because of time constraints, I won't be able to stop by there today, but I will put a picture of it on the screen. So interestingly, it says here, after his high school graduation, Gil turned down an offer to sign with the Detroit Tigers and instead enrolled with his brother Bob, a standout pitcher at St. Joseph's College in Rensselaer, Indiana. And it basically just says, you know, how he got into the major leagues and all that, and his World War II. But like I said, he served 29 months in the Pacific and earned a Bronze Star while attaining the rank of sergeant. He was discharged in 1946 and rejoined the Dodgers organization. Now, during the off-season, Gil returned to southern Indiana and enrolled in Oakland City College for the winter term in 1948. His long-range goal was to become a coach, but he was a capable scorer and rugged rebounder on the Oaks basketball team, leading them to a record of 22-17 in 2 seasons. He also served as basketball homecoming king. Back when it mattered, I guess. His sophomore season was cut short so he could report to the Dodgers spring training camp in February 1948. He never did become a high school or college basketball or baseball coach, but he was one of the finest players and managers in baseball history. Unfortunately, I mean, yeah, even today and even back then, standards, he died at the age of 48, and that was really young. But he died of a massive heart attack on April 2nd, 1972. I mean, he was mourned by everyone in baseball. Jackie Robinson, who didn't really have much time left himself, I think he passed away a year or 2 later. But he eulogized Gil Hodges, saying, you know, he was the core of the Brooklyn Dodgers organization. Also, Don Drysdale, Gil Hodges' death really affected him, that he didn't want to talk to anybody for 5 days. Like, he pretty much locked himself in a room. I mean, it was just a reminder that, you know, a great man had left the planet and everything. He is buried in Brooklyn, New York. I forgot the name of the cemetery. And his wife, Joan, outlived Gil by 50 years. So it was a month after Her husband was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame that she passed away. Wow. Kind of interesting how that all works. So I'm glad she lived to see that. That's assuming she was in good mental health. And then over here, there's a lot of statistics about his career. Like, his uniform number 14 was retired by the Mets and Dodgers. Interestingly, in a 50-year span. In 1972, that was when his number was retired. 50 years later, the Dodgers retired that same number. Wow. He was inducted into the Mets Hall of Fame in 1982. Gil Hodges Circle was named here in 2023. The historical marker I just read was put up in October 4th, 2024. So, oh my gosh, that's like, yeah, 3 days from a year. Today is October 2nd, so wow, of 2025 that I'm doing this video. He also was the 6th player to hit 4 home runs in the same game. Now, there have been multiple players that have matched that record since then, but at the time it was very unusual. That happened on August 31st, 1950, when he was playing for the Dodgers against the Boston Braves. When he retired in 63, he had 370 career homers, and he was ranked 11th of all time. He was the Lou Gehrig Memorial Award winner in 1959. I mean, I could go on. I mean, he had an amazing baseball career. It wasn't until 50 years after his death that he was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, as we all know, all Hall of Fames, you know, they're going to be controversial no matter what, because who gets in before so-and-so, or who gets in or whatnot. I mean, he could have easily gotten into the Hall of Fame, but the rules were kind of strict back then. Like for example, like some people who died at an early age, like Roberto Clemente, he got onto the Baseball Hall of Fame like a few weeks after his death, around that time. But Hall of Fame voters and journalists did not think that he had enough career statistics, because he didn't really lead the National League that much in anything like wins or his offensive plays and everything didn't really make very much of a difference, despite of his statistics and all. But later on, the Veterans Committee was formed, and so he first appeared on the ballot, I believe, in the late 90s, and in order to get on to the Baseball Hall of Fame, you got to have more than 75% of the vote, and he always fell short. But something happened in 2022, and finally this hometown hero got into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. I hope you learned a little bit about the baseball hero Gil Hodges. And I mean, yeah, baseball is one of my favorite sports to follow. I'm not really much of a football or hockey or basketball guy, but if I do find that an important player from any of those sports is from any of these small towns, I'll definitely cover them in the future episodes. But anywho, I am Jason in Princeton, Indiana, at Gil Hodges Field and Circle, signing off.